Welcome back to Reality Talks with Terrence, where we do not pick sides, we pick reality. And the reality is this: only a fool stays the same. Now, have you ever seen someone who has been in the same position financially and mentally for many years? Maybe you have been in the same position physically and mentally for many years. Now, before we get into this conversation, I want to give you guys the definition of who and what a fool is. A fool is a silly or stupid person, a person who lacks judgment or sense. You hear me? A silly or stupid person who lacks judgment or sense. Now, you want to know why you in the same position that you have been in for many years? That's because you are living your life like a fool. See, only a fool stays the same. A stupid or silly person. A person who lacks judgment or sense. You have to judge the situation you in. And if it's not benefiting your life, then it's time to change. You have to judge the people you around. And if those people are not benefiting your life, it's time to change. You hear me? People who stay the same will always get the same outcome. People who don't want to change their life for the better will always get the same outcome. You hear me? One thing about me, I have been blessed with the ability to change overnight. Once I see something does not work, once I see something that is not benefiting my life, right? And I don't see on down the road how I can benefit from this situation, how I can benefit from this person, right? And when I say from this person, I'm talking about friends, I'm talking about family members. I'm not talking about benefiting off somebody for money and financial gain. When I speak, I'm saying benefiting. What can I learn from you, right? How can you change me and make me into a better person, into a better man, right? This is how I live my life. And this is why I have been able to experience some type of success. Not a lot of success, but some type of success. I'm very blessed. I have the ability to change like that. That's one of my strengths. If you ask me what is some of my strengths and what is one of my strengths are I'm able to cut it on and cut it off, right? I'm able to let go of things very easily. I'm not the kind of person who holds on to a person or a situation, right? Once I realize this situation is not good for my spirit, for my soul, for me as a person, I cut ties, I let it go. Once I'm in a situation and I say, for example, when I used to be in the streets, right? And I used to be a so-called doughboy. I made money, but I never got rich off of it, right? I only jumped in the game because I thought I could get rich off the game, right? Like all the movies, like all the rappers say, right? All the rappers tell you, get in the game, you make this much money, you do. I did all those things, and I could never get rich. I could never really get to the next level doing those things. So for me, I was able to cut that off and change. Go legit and do something different. Now my life is on the rise. You hear me? People who fail to self-evaluate self, sit back and say, self, what are you doing wrong? Why are you in the same position that you was in 365 days ago? Why, as a man or a woman, am I going into the new year with no money? I came into the last year with no money. How can this be 365 days on down the land, I'm coming into a whole new year with no money. Self, why am I not getting the raises at work, right? Why am I not making the kind of money that I know that I should be making, right? And this is because a lot of people are fools. A lot of people have been living their life foolishness, right? Straight foolishness. If you selling dope and you keep going to jail, hey, you're not a good drug dealer. It's time to do something else. If you in the streets and you keep committing petty crimes and the crimes that you are committing are not pushing you further in life and help benefit your situation, hey, it's time to go get a job and it's time to stop being a criminal. A lot of these people don't want to let go of foolish ways. A lot of these people don't want to let go of old ways. Only a fool stays the same. And when I sit back and I see a lot of friends and I see a lot of family members who are in the same position they was in, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20, 30, 40 years ago, I understand why these people are in the same position that they are in. Anybody can talk that talk. Yeah, the talk sound good, but life is about action. Life is about putting in action so you can get the reaction, right? Right? A lot of people talk like they smart. A lot of people talk like they educated, but when you look at them in a conglomerate and you look at them as a whole, you do not live what you speak. Because if you did, you wouldn't be in the position you are in. Right? How I benefited my life and how I got to the level that I'm in at this very moment, right? And for me, I'm very proud of myself, right? It's because I was willing to change. I was willing to learn. I was willing to shut my mouth and put my pride to the side and listen to what people have to say to me, right? People who I value, if I value them, right, as a person, as a man or a woman, I shut my mouth and I let them speak and I let them give me game, right? This is how I was able to change. This is how I was able to get to the next level in life. Because guess what? All that old running around in the streets, selling dope, right? I seen a lot of my friends, a lot of my family members get nowhere. And I'm talking about these people had some nice little money that they could really change their life, right? I sit back and I watched it and nobody really got to the next level, right? The level that we see on TV, the level that they put in movies, the level that they put in music videos, right? They didn't get to the next level. And when I say the next level, I'm not talking about the money that they made. I'm talking about transitioning from streets to legitimate business owner, right? To upstanding citizen and going ahead and living with your life. This is why a lot of these drug dealers, right? They could have $1 million, but they still get caught, right? How you got $1 million cash and you still get caught? How you got 300,000, 500,000, 700,000 cash, right? That's actually yours, and you still get caught, and you still go to jail when you still go do 20-something years. I'm gonna tell you why. Because only a fool stays the same, right? There has to be a time in your life where you sit back and you reflect on self and say, self, okay, it's time to change. It's time to put away my foolish ways. It's time to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? That part of my life is over. It's time for me to push that out of my life, and it's time for me to change. You have to change if you won't change. I'm going to say it again. You have to change if you won't change. And if you don't want change, stay the same. If you okay with making $12 an hour, $10 an hour, if you okay with making $350 a week after you putting in 40 and 50 hours, yeah, I'm sorry, and I'm talking about bring home, right? If you okay with, going to work every day and, working 12 and 14 hours a day and you're not able to spend time with your family because, on this earth, that's the only thing we got. All we got is time. That's the most valuable thing, right? And this is why I chose to live my life the way I'm choosing to live it because my family means the world to me. That time I can never get back. So I gotta make sure I'm able to make time and be here for my family, right? And spend time with my family. You hear me? But I was able to do all that because I was able to change. I was able to change. I want to be the first to tell y'all, man, if you want to live a life of heartache, pain, struggle, enviness, jealousy, hatred, heartache, if you want your life to end that way, stay the same. Don't change. Keep lying to yourself. Keep blaming everything and everybody around you about why you are in the situation you are in. You know, on this channel, we speak in reality. And the reality is this. If you change, you're going to get change and your life going to get better. I promise you. But if you stay the same, it's going to be a lot of regret, a lot of remorse, a lot of heartache. You got to change. It's hard to change, but it has to be done. Only a fool stays the same. You hear me? Jay-Z didn't become a billionaire, right? Because he's the same Jay-Z that was broke and in the Marcy Projects. You hear me? Dame Dash and Jay-Z split. Why they split? Because Dame Dash didn't want to change. He didn't want to evolve. You hear me? And that's a prime example. Dame could say all the stories he wants. Say this, say that. The bottom line was he didn't want to change to his environment, right? In this life, you got to be a chameleon. A person who tells you they want you to stay the same is somebody who don't want to see you successful. You know, once you start gaining a little bit of success and people start saying shit like, damn, man, you changing. You ain't the same. You right. I'm not the same. I'm changing every day. As you should. Right? A butterfly is not able to fly, right? Because it stayed the same. Yeah, it started as a caterpillar and it had to take time and evolve to grow them wings so it can fly away. And a lot of people are remaining caterpillars and they stuck with other caterpillars and they're not able to fly away with the butterflies. You hear me? Change your ways, man. And everything in your life will change. Subscribe to the channel. So if this is your first time coming across the platform, help the platform out. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Let us know how you feel about the situation. Have you changed your life? Are you trying to change your life? Drop a comment. Let us know. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Reality Talks Returns, where we do not pick sides. We pick reality. And the reality is this. When it's all said and done, and if you want to finish your life and you want to end your life with absolutely nothing, stay the same. If you want to keep going through the things that you are going through on a daily basis, stay the same. If you want to keep going to jail, stay the same. Stay around the people that you're around. Life's about change. Life's about evolving. And I pray that you were able to change. Peace.
Reality talks with T, where we don't pick sides. We pick reality.